Greetings, students. Mr. Harrison here on behalf of all 7th grade physical science teachers. I just wanted to make a quick video going over what our expectations are for the digital learning portion of your education this year in the 2020-2021 school year. Very, very unique school year, as I'm sure you've all figured out, and how last year ended was no different. But essentially, some of you, the majority of you, will be in the building 2 days a week, and then you'll be learning digitally from home or somewhere else 3 days a week. And then there's another portion of you that are enrolled in the WPS Connections program, which is our all digital format of learning until the semester break, or possibly farther, but that was your commitment. So for whether you're in the WPS Connections group or whether you're in the group that comes into the classroom for 2 days, there will be at least 3 days a week where you will be expected to be performing some sort of digital learning on your own at home. So I wanted to walk you through, and we as a team wanted to be explicit and perfectly concise and specific about what our expectations are for the digital learning portion of your education specifically this year. So if you have not already, go to Canvas, open up a link that should be on your Canvas platform that says Digital Learning Expectations. And I'll give you a second to pull that up, or more appropriately, you could just hit pause. But once you unpause it, I'm assuming that you have the document on Canvas that says Digital Learning Expectations. Right? I'm assuming you all got the document open. Please follow along with me. I'm going to go through that with you. The first thing I'm going to do is just read through what those 4 expectations are, and then read through the description of those 4 expectations, and then I'll expand a little bit, just kind of explaining what those mean practically for you. So, digital learning expectation, number 1, and there's 4 of them. We boiled it down to 4 really important ones. Number 1, complete the assigned work by the due date. Every single activity or assignment that you're given is essential for you. All assignments that might not have been necessary have been eliminated. There is no busy work. You need to complete all of your assignments in order to understand the required concepts and be successful in science this year. Due dates are included to help you. If you get too far behind, it makes your life more difficult and can quickly get overwhelming. Stay on top of your work and make your life easier. All right, notice first thing, it says complete the assignment by the due date. What that means is if you are one of those people that just really likes to stay on top of things and work ahead, that's fine. As long as it's completed before the due date, that's fine. If it's due Friday, you can complete it Wednesday. But don't wait to complete it till the following Monday. That's what we're saying, is at or before the due date is what we're expecting. Our commitment to you as your teachers is we've gone through our previous lesson plans before the pandemic hit, and we've really evaluated all the things that we had our classes doing. And we already didn't have just like silly stuff, but we wanted to make sure everything that we were going through and everything that we were assigning was vitally important for you. So our commitment is we're committing to taking out anything that wasn't completely essential for your mastery of science this year. And if it wasn't, we just eliminated it. We took it out. There's no busy work. You're not going to be doing coloring pages or crossword puzzles or just stuff to keep you busy. Not that we did that anyways, but anything that was just kind of like fringy, like on the edge of being busy work, we've just taken it out completely. And the reason that something was assigned to you is that it is very, very important because you need to know it to continue in your education. So our commitment is that if we assign it, it's very important. So that also means you really you can't skip an assignment, because if you skip it, you might not understand the next thing we're doing. You're going to be missing something moving forward. So if our commitment is to make sure everything's very, very important, your commitment needs to be that you're going to complete everything we assign. And just to expand on that, the benefit to you is there might be a few assignments that other students of other years have had to complete that you won't have to complete, because it was kind of on the fringe, or we could work a way around it to hit it in some other way that you can understand it without having to do that assignment. The negative is that you can't skip an assignment. Like it's really going to make things difficult for you if you do that. Second part, due dates. Due dates are not there to stress you out. We know everybody's got plenty of stress. our goal is never to stress you out. The due dates are actually there to help you because I don't know if you've noticed, but middle schoolers they have a tendency sometimes to in neglecting certain due dates and getting a little behind, they have a tendency to get really overwhelmed by the work piling up and piling up and piling up and piling up until you can barely see above the mountain of work that you've created for yourself by not staying on top of the due dates. Due dates are there to help you eliminate that. They're actually there to make your life easier. So truly, we are here to make the work that's necessary, the learning that's necessary, as easy as possible. I always tell my students, work smarter, not harder. Well, due dates are a way to work smarter and not harder. Digital learning expectation number 2. If you have questions, ask them. If you have difficulties with an assignment, it is your responsibility to communicate these difficulties before the due date. If you do not ask questions or communicate problems, it will be assumed that everything is fine and all assignments will be completed and submitted by the due date. We realize that problems will arise occasionally, and time extensions and help may be offered in these circumstances, but only if problems are communicated. All right, this is a big one, guys. We're realistic about this. We know that most of you at some point this year are going to run into issues, whether it's a question you have, a confusion you have, or just a problem that you have finishing the work. It may be that someone that you love is affected by an illness. And we understand that there's circumstances that may require extensions. We're going to give those when it's warranted. However, we won't know that there's a problem unless you can tell us that there's a problem. We won't know that you have a question unless you tell us that you have a question. So please, 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 we want an open line of communication between you and your teachers because we're here to help, but we can't help if we don't know that there's anything that you need. So please communicate those to us. That's number 2. Oh, and make sure that you do that before the due date. Don't, if there's an assignment due Tuesday, don't communicate to us like Wednesday that you didn't understand it. That's just that appears to us as that you were just procrastinating or were lazy and didn't want to do it, and you're just hiding behind, oh, I have a question. So please ask your questions before the due date, or so we want to help you submit things by the time the due date comes around. So don't wait until the day it's due and then not understand it and then wait till the next day and ask a question. Ask it before it's due. Digital learning expectation number 3. Hang with me, we're almost done. Make sure that you are ready for learning each day. This includes making sure that your Chromebook is charged and working every day and communicating any technological problems that you have as soon as possible. So we're expecting that you're going to have a charger, that you're going to keep it charged and all that stuff. Your maintenance of your Chromebook is that was laid out when you got your Chromebook. But if, say, your charger is not working or your Chromebook won't power up or there's an issue technologically, I understand that you won't have a Chromebook to email us, but if there's any way, either through a phone or through a desktop or a laptop or some other computer you have, that you could let us know that something's not working, like the sooner you do that, the better. Like you breaking your Chromebook or like it not working and then you waiting 2 weeks to tell us, that's not going to fly. Like we don't want you to get behind. Same thing with the due dates. We don't want you to get behind because it's going to be more stressful for you. So let someone know as soon as possible if there's a technological problem. Other than that, just make sure you have your Chromebook, don't lose it, keep it charged, all that kind of stuff. Digital learning expectation number 4, last one. Check Canvas every single day. During distance learning, Canvas is your class. If you choose not to check Canvas, that would be like you choosing to skip class. Saying that you did not check Canvas will not be an acceptable excuse. Your teachers will try to have every assignment/requirement posted to Canvas for distance learning by 10 a.m. each day. It is your responsibility to check after 10 a.m. and complete these assignments/requirements. All right. For the 3 days of the week that you're not here, if you are in the building for 2 days of the week, or if your distance learning permanently through WPS Connections. This applies to you every day. Canvas is your lifeline. That's how we're going to communicate. We can email and that kind of thing too. But if you're not checking Canvas, that's the first thing you need to do. That's wherever all of our assignments should be posted on Canvas. So just make it a habit in your daily routine when you're, spending your time at home at 10:15 or sometime after 10 a.m., check Canvas every day and your assignment will be there. And then going along with that, number 4, check Canvas every single day. Number 2, if you have questions about assignments, ask them quickly so that we can reply quickly and hopefully get those questions figured out for you. I would say for most of your teachers that email would be the best way to ask your questions on a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday, or possibly all days. And the simple reason is because we'll have other students in the classroom while you're asking your question. If you email us, we'll probably have a minute here or there to type up the answer to your question rather than trying to call you back. So just to summarize, these expectations are there just so everyone's clear and you all know exactly what's expected. The expectations are, number 1, complete the assigned work by the due date. Number 2, if you have questions, ask them. If you have difficulties with an assignment, it is your responsibility to communicate these difficulties before the due date. And number 3, make sure you are ready for learning each day. And number 4, check Canvas every single day. Thank you for listening, students. I look forward to having the best year possible here with you, 2020 and 2021. Stay safe and have a great year.